Hello, good day, fellow Nigerians. I am here to speak on the chaotic situation in our country, Nigeria. I want to really speak on the development of the country from the angle of the political system. In another video, I'll be talking about the Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen. That's a different topic. But now I want to talk about the development of the country that has to do with politics and government. My name is Joshua Dominic. I'm speaking from Toronto, Canada. First of all, I want to talk about the issue of Nigeria. What is the problem of the country? Why is the country not moving forward? I know many of us know these issues. We have seen video, people analyzing the problem. I'm just going to touch on the problem, then I want to bring my own opinion about the solution. This is my observation. Nigeria is a vast country, we know. It's almost 200 or more than 200 in population, 200 million in population. And we have a lot of ethnic groups. About 380 ethnic groups in the country. Number two, we have about 520 languages. So what are the problems? Number one problem, you'll be surprised if I tell you that our major problem is not corruption. You are surprised I'm saying that. I will prove it to you with my analysis. For more than 60 years, almost 60 years, Nigeria is about 57 years of independence. We have been fighting corruption. Every government that come to power tell you they are fighting corruption. And we have not won the war against corruption. That tells you there are other forces, not corruption. Corruption is a symptom of our problem. Corruption is not the major problem. If you go to the doctor, they will ask you, what's your problem? Let's say you have headache, and the headache is not going away for 3, 4, 5 days or a week. They will now begin to do tests to look for what is the cause of the problem. Probably the person have cancer. Maybe the person have diabetes, heart attack, problem with liver, problem with kidney, problem with high blood pressure. Many other issues could cause that headache. Fever is actually a general symptom of almost all the diseases. When someone have a kind of disease, there must be a symptom of fever or malaria or headache. So that's why doctors look for the root cause of that problem. It's the same thing. I'm telling you now that corruption is a symptom of the problem. It's not the problem. Corruption is a symptom. Now, what is the problem? I'm going to give it to you in 3 points. One major problem is ethnicism, tribalism. Tribalism is number one problem in Nigeria. And in the Western world, in the developed world, tribalism could be translated as racism. That's what they call racism. Racism and tribalism is the same way. Tribalism is just like a local term. And then you have racism. So, racism and tribalism is the same. There is tribalism in Nigeria. And I want to tell you the truth. All of us are tribalistic. Everybody is a racist. Everybody. The difference is the level at which we operate. So, which means tribalism is a natural problem. Is a natural problem. That's number one. I will give you an example of tribalism. That's just to prove that it's not just corruption. Corruption is at the tail end. I was driving with a friend in Nigeria. I visited Nigeria and I was driving with a friend. And that friend, while we were driving, we came to a roadblock, police checkpoint. And they said it's search, I stop and search. They were searching people. There were other, like 4 cars in front of us, or 5. They queued them up, they parked them to one side, and they were searching them. And we were the last people that came, and they stopped us. Police were attending to other cars. They flip open their boots, which is their trunk, and they were questioning them. They were searching the cars. When we got there, the police officer approached us with a gun, and he was aggressive. And he said, "What's your name? Where are you going?" You know the way they harass people. And when when he was doing the harassment and was questioning us, I told him my name. My friend mentioned his name, and I looked at the police officer, and I saw his name tag. His name tag is from my tribe. By the way, I am an Isha man, and I am from Uromi. I saw the name that is an Isha name, and it's a difficult name. It's not a name that any other tribe can just pronounce correctly. You must be from that tribe for you to pronounce that name. When I saw the name, I pronounced the name correctly the way it should be pronounced. And he was excited, like this man rightly pronounced my name. And he said, "How were you able to pronounce my name?" I said, "Because I'm from that place." Then I spoke the language to him. He responded. We spoke language. And we laughed. And he said, "You are my brother." "Oh yeah," we just laughed over it. And he asked us to pass. We were not checked, and he asked us to pass. The officers in front of us, they were surprised that, oh, these people are passing. They wanted to stop us. He waved at them, and he said he should let us go. It's all clear. Then we passed. What if we were criminals? What if we have kidnapped someone and the person is in the boot? He asked us to pass just because I spoke his language and I was able to pronounce his name. That's tribalism. All of us do that. When someone speaks your language, there is something that attracts you. There is this soft spot that you have for that person. So it's natural. That's why I said it's a natural thing. Tribalism. I would have given you many examples, but because I want to shorten the time, I said number 1 is tribalism. It's all over the country. It's in the south, it's in the east, it's in the west, it's in the north, it's everywhere. And it's affecting the development of the country as a whole. Number 2 problem. What's the number 2 problem? Number 2 problem is religion. Religion. Seriously. Religion, we have influenced every part of the country with religion. For someone to get to a public office, we chose them into office, we elect them into office based on their religion. It's either it's from my tribe or it's from my religion. And that is why today, all the religious men, whether Muslim or Islam, they are now more powerful in the country. They dictate who get to the office. If the man is not from our tribe or is not from our religion, we do not influence our people to vote for them. If he's from our religion, if he's a Christian, he go to the church and he call one of the pastors, he call them daddy. So they influence their church members to vote for him. We don't care whether he's qualified, whether he's a criminal, whether he have bad records. We don't care. As long as it's the same religion with us, we allow them. We say they should go and vote for him. And that is what is affecting the country. Now, look at what happened there. If a man comes and is from my religion, I give him my blessing, I give him my support. It does not matter whether he's going to benefit the development of the country. So we do not have the country in mind. We only have preference based on our religion or our tribe. And the problem is that the country is not developing. Don't forget, that is our goal. That is our goal. Number 3 problem is indiscipline. Indiscipline. The country is in total disarray because we all are indisciplined people. You see people going on the streets of Nigeria. Someone open up a gala, throw the paper on the ground, eat banana, throw it on the ground. That's not bribery. That's not corruption. That is indiscipline. That's indiscipline. So you see, I was driving in Lagos, and the queue where there was a hold up, and you just see some people, they will leave the lane and face the opposite lane. They will face the opposite lane and drive. That's indiscipline. Where corruption comes in, if that man is arrested, instead of him to face the punishment of what he has done, he buys his way out of that punishment. That's where corruption comes in. So our problem first is tribalism. Number 2 is religion. Number 3 is indiscipline. So how do we solve the problem? Number 1 major solution. First of all, we separate religion from the state. All the developed country, you separate religion from the state. You don't influence any religion when you are in a public office. You don't influence a tribe when you are in a public office. That is a problem of the country. Nigeria is more than all of us. A country, the development goal of that country is priority more than your religion, more than your tribe. You are expected to contribute your quota. You are expected to contribute your impact to the development of the Nigeria as a country. I'll give you an example. See Nigeria as a football team. In the football team, you have Muslims, you have Christian, you have from every other tribe, and you have different tribe, different religion in a football team. I'll give you an example. When the football team, when they go and play, people like, let me use the names that I'm familiar with. The 1994 team. The team before 1994, the group of people like Rashidi Yekini, Sunday Olise, was JJ Okocha, Finidi George. They are from different tribes. Finidi George is from Rivers State. JJ from Delta. Yekini is a Yoruba man. And these people play together to make one single goal. You pass your quota, and I pass my quota, and one person make the goal. Do you see when Yekini scored the goal? All Nigerians celebrate. We don't even remember he's a Yoruba man. When JJ Okocha dribble, all Nigerians celebrate. He's a Nigerian. Garuba Lawal score in France 98. Everybody celebrate. That should be the way we approach the development of the country. If a Muslim have integrity, can do the job, have a vision for the country, we should not worry whether he's a Muslim or he's a Christian. We should look at his benefit. How can he benefit the country? And I'm speaking this to our leaders, the president especially. Don't choose people into offices because he's from your tribe. Look at the goal he's going to achieve. When you go to public office, you are a president to a Muslim, and you are a president to a Christian. You are a president to everybody, whatsoever is their religion. You practice your religion in your closet. That has nothing to do with the goal of the country. Look at it this way. We employ professionals from outside the country, maybe from China, from Germany, Julius Berger. They are not, we don't ask them whether they are Christian or Muslim. Most of them don't even have religion. We give them our contract to do, and they give us result. We employ Westerhoff to take the team to walk to a Cup of Nations. Why didn't we say, oh, he's not a Yoruba man, he's not an Hausa man, or he's not a Christian, he's not a Muslim? But we look at the goal. What can he achieve? We give him the contract. He did the job. He brought cup to us, and everybody celebrate. That should be the way we should say we should handle Nigerian development. We should not be looking at this tribe. And I want to tell you this. You know why we look at tribes? You know why we look at religion? Because of the embezzlement. If we see public office as a job, we will give it to anybody that is qualified. But because we see public office as a benefit, is going there to benefit money. That is why we are looking for our tribal man to be there. That's why I want my brother to be there. When there is war, for instance, when there was war in Libya, and armies were sent to go and fight in Libya, or they are sent to make peace, to do peacekeeping. Do you withdraw people from your? Do you withdraw people? Let's say you are an Hausa man or you are a Yoruba man. Are you going to withdraw an Igbo man from going to war? He want to go and fight for us. Probably he will die there. So you are not going to push your tribe man. You don't care sending any other tribe. So because we see public office as a benefit, a place to embezzle and enrich yourself, that is why we are fighting. Our person should be there. My tribal man should be there because he's going there to embezzle. If he was going there to do job, if he was going there to be busy and bring vision, we will not be worried whoever is there. That's the problem. So we should separate religion and tribe from the state. And who does that? How can we achieve that? Now, I come to a major issue now. The problem of who control and manage the affairs of the country anchors on the justice system. Our justice system is weak, is porous, is in total disorganized. It's totally disorganized. Total disarray. The justice system. You see people committing crime. It's only in our country people commit crime and they go free. This present government, they say they are fighting corruption, and nobody has been put in jail. Have you ever thought of that? Nobody has been put in jail. They arrest some people, they just collect some money from them, and they also take bribe from them, so they don't charge them to court. In a developed world, when someone is arrested for crime, anybody, especially a minister, ex-governor or something, they are arrested for embezzlement, you are arrested for rape, you are arrested, you will see the court proceeding on TV. Everybody will watch it. You see the evidences, we see everything, you see what happened. And the day the person will be judged, the day the person will be sentenced, everybody will watch it on TV. Only in our country, you only hear someone was arrested. That's the end of it. You won't hear whether he was sent to court, whether he was jailed, whether anything. They will take bribe and quench the case. We see in South Africa, when the athletes, what's his name? Pretoria or something, what's his name? That athlete, the Olympic athlete that killed his girlfriend, whether by accident or whether accident or no accident, he was sent to court. He was arrested for murder. He went to court. We saw all the court proceeding on TV publicly. Everybody saw it. We saw him crying in the court. We saw him sentenced to jail. And when he was released from jail, we saw it. TV, you could watch it publicly. That will not happen in Nigeria. If he's a rich man or he's from a rich family, the day he's arrested is the only day you will hear it. In fact, I think the police only celebrate the arrest. They show it on TV. They say, oh, we have arrested this person. We arrested a criminal. That's the end you will hear about it. Because they will collect bribe and quench the case. They don't show when the person go to jail. So the justice system needs to be strengthened. We need the people in power to choose people with integrity and be there and put every criminal in jail. You see, when Nigeria is now a dumping ground, I mean products from China, rice, plastic rice coming from China, and customs inspect that in the port. They bring fake drugs. Some people are even injured. Some people are killed because they took fake drug from India, from China. We don't have people, they are not accountable to nobody. If a custom officer is caught collecting bribe and is put in jail, others will fear. The Bible says, 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 20. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 20, the Bible says, they that sinned rebuke before all, that others may fear. When someone sinned, rebuke before all, that is, rebuke in the public, then the public will fear. If a policeman is arrested collecting bribe, put in jail, other policemen will fear. If a lecturer is caught collecting bribe or molesting student, put in jail, other lecturers will fear. If a student is caught in occultism or malpractices, put in jail, other students will fear. If an ex-governor is arrested for embezzlement, put in jail publicly, other governors will sit up and they will fear. We hear about embezzlement. Former governor Ibori was arrested and he was put in jail in Britain. That will never happen in our country. It cannot happen. And when the court proceeding was going on, some Nigerians gathered themselves together in UK and they went to the court to go and display, to go and protest that they should leave him. They should leave him. They should take him to Nigeria. They know that if he goes to Nigeria, he will not go to jail. And somebody publicly said on YouTube that why are they arresting him? Why are they putting him in jail? After all, he's not the only one that have embezzled money. So because he's not the only one, he should be let go. And when he finished his jail term, he left, he came back to Nigeria. When he got to Nigeria, they were celebrating him. It's only in our country we celebrate criminals. We celebrate ex-convict. They even gave him a chieftaincy title. Very soon he will come back into politics and he will be asking for vote. Why not? He will ask for vote because they know we are fools. The masses will collect 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, and they will say their vote for him. He will go back and become a governor, or go back and even contest as a president. That's the kind of country we are. Shameless people. The politician is shameless. The voters are shameless. Hungry people. No integrity. Recently, I saw a video. A woman, a politician, they have this heap of wrappers, 4 yards of wrapper, and women queue up. They were giving them, you take one wrapper, that politician will give you 2,000 naira or 1,000 naira so that you will sell your vote to them. 2,000 naira and 4 years of wrapper. You will sell your vote to a man that will ruin the generation, the destiny of your children and their generation. The money he gave to you is an investment. So when he gets to the office, he will recover back his money. So why should you complain there is no water, there is no light? Because you have collected the bag of rice, collected wrapper, collected 5,000. Please, Nigerians should educate their parents. Youths in Nigeria, educate your parents. Don't go and collect one bag of rice. This time around, every Nigerian should vote for the right person of their choice. You have right to choose anybody. You can vote for a wrong person based on your own judgment. But you know that you are voting for by your conscience, whether the person win the election or not. Only in our country, you see politicians, they cross over from this party to the other party. Some of them, they are still there. They have crossed more than 3 times. Today is PDP. Tomorrow is APC. From APC back to PDP. Then they say, I used to be PDP. I'm back home. PDP is my home. Now I am back home. They're crossing over because they are all hustlers. All our politicians are hustlers. They hustle for money. Any ruling party is where they belong. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that Obama will cross over from Democrat to Republican because Donald Trump has won? Only in our country. Can you imagine that Clinton will cross over? Can you imagine that someone will cross over? You can lose election and be given a political appointment and serve the nation. John McCain did that. John McCain was a Republican when Obama won the election, a Democrat, and he was appointed. And you do the job, you serve the nation. But crossing over. Today you are APC, next tomorrow you are PDP. All of them, are we daft? Can't we see all these things? These people are hungry people. They are not even qualified to be called leaders. They are not leaders. They have no integrity. They have no pride. In a developed world, to join a party is a matter of life and death. It's a way of life. When I say way of life, I mean if you want to be a Republican, Republicans are the people regarded as the conservative. If you want to be a conservative person, you want to be a Republican, you join Republican for life. If you are a Democrat, which is liberal, you want to be a liberal person, you join liberalism and you are there for life, whether party win or party lose. When Donald Trump was campaigning, almost half of the party members were against him, but they didn't leave the party. They didn't like his personality and they spoke out. We are not going to vote for you, we don't like you. But that doesn't mean they should leave the party. Whether the party is going to lose. If it were in Nigeria and they begin to forecast, oh, Donald Trump is going to lose. Donald Trump is going to lose. All of them will begin to cross over. They will cross over. And all the people that stood by Clinton, even though she lost, they still belong to Democratic today. That is what integrity is. It's a way of life when you join party. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a Republican. He served as a governor, as a Republican, and he's still a Republican today, even after he left office. George Bush, W. Bush, all the Bush family, they are Republican. Everybody knows them. You don't see them crossing over, jumping up and down because someone won the election, because you forecast, you think this person is going to win. Our politicians are hungry people. They are hustlers. That is why when they win election, they are celebrating. as if they want jackpot, because they are going there to pluck money. You know how many graduates in Nigeria are armed robbers? Because they don't have jobs. You know how many graduates from Nigeria are wasting away in Asia, in other African countries? They are suffering. Some of them are in death row in Malaysia, in Singapore for drug business. Good brains, and they go out of the country to go and look for greener pasture. Some of them die abroad. And we don't have conscience. We just collect money and sell our vote. If this time you sell your vote, you are a devil. You are nothing to describe. You are a devil. If now you can see what is going on with all this chaos in this country, and you are selling vote. Your mouth is your God. Your throat is your God. You have no conscience. As I was saying, solution we separate the state from religion and tribe, and we strengthen the justice system, and we equip our policemen. We always blame police. If I was a police officer, would I have done better? If you were a police officer, would you have done better? You are a police officer. You are serving a country. You are serving a government that have not paid your salary for 3-4 months. Some 6 months, they have not received salary. Won't you take bribe? That's why these people take bribe. I don't think any police officer will just wake up in the morning and say, I'm going now to cooperate with criminals. But when they are hungry, when it's too much, they have children and they have wives and they have relatives, they have bills to pay, and they are serving a government that doesn't care about their welfare. All these graduates, and we say we don't have jobs. There is criminal everywhere. All these graduates should be pushed into the police. Only in Nigeria you suffer before you can join police to serve your nation. Graduates are coming out. Send them to police college and make the nation a police country. Every 1 or 2 kilometers there will be police block. It will reduce crime. When they embezzle all the money from Aso Rock, when they embezzle all the money in the Senate,